Marie used to wrinkle her nose at the thought of a matatu. The noise, the crowd, the chaos, it all felt beneath her. Yet life has a way of humbling even the proud. Every morning before dawn, Marie stepped out of their rural home in Kala village, wrapping her shawl tightly against the cold. The journey to Mjwaki University was long, 42 kilometers of dust, rain, and tiresome. Sometimes she stood in the drizzle watching matatu speed past, already packed to the brim. Other days, she squeezed herself into a sambaza seat, pressed between strangers, breathing in the mix of sweat, perfume, and exhaustion. Train dragged on the road. Traffic checks delayed them. Conductors shouted, music blasted. And yet, somewhere between the discomfort and the laughter of fellow passengers, Marie began to notice something she had never experienced before. Life in its raw, unfiltered form. People sharing jokes, strangers helping each other. The rhythm of survival. This was the very life she once despised. Now, she was part of it. At home, things were no easier. Her brothers had left for the city to tarmac in search of jobs, leaving Marie and her mother, Susan, behind. Her father, Mr. Okato, had returned home under the heavy cloud of corruption case. The whispers in the village were loud, the shame was louder. Marie felt it most at school. Some classmates laughed behind her back, others avoided her. But one voice stood firm, Amina. Life is just taking its course, Amina would say gently. Don't let it stop yours. Those words became Marie's anchor. Then, just when hope seemed thin, light began to break through. Olalo, the second-born son of the Okato family, had just been admitted to practice law. Young, determined, and sharp-minded, he stepped into the courtroom not just as a lawyer, but as a son fighting for his father's dignity. From his modest earnings, he built a new house for his parents. But more importantly, he brought back something the family had nearly lost, hope for. Every evening, Olalo would sit quietly, whispering to himself, "This case is mine. I must win it." It wasn't just determination, it was prayer. The day of judgment arrived like a storm waiting to break. The courtroom was silent as the judge began to read her ruling. Every word felt heavy. Every pause stretched endlessly. Then it came. Mr. Okato was innocent. In that moment, it was as if darkness itself had been exposed. Joy erupted, tears flowed. The Okato family, once buried under shame, stood tall again. Their home in Tawancho was restored. Bank accounts reopened. Their car returned. Compensation granted. Life, it seemed, had reset. But something had changed deep within them. They now saw people differently. They understood struggle. They valued humility. Later, Mr. Okato discovered the painful truth. The case had been staged by a jealous competitor, once a friend. Yet even this revelation did not harden him. Instead, it deepened his wisdom. He remembered how he had lived, with integrity, no bribes, no shortcuts, just honest work. And in the end, truth had defended him. One evening, seated on his balcony with a cup of black tea and roasted maize, Mr. Okato drifted into memory. He recalled the day of their housewarming. The celebration had been grand. Guests arrived dressed in beautiful African attire. Friends, neighbors, church members, business partners. Food flowed freely. Laughter filled the air. Feel at home, he told them. Eat and even carry some if you wish. But not all hearts in the crowd were pure. The next morning told a different story. Food scattered on the ground, drinks wasted deliberately. And among the gifts, two stood out, beautifully wrapped, suspiciously strange. One contained a ragged suit, the other a red woman's undergarment pierced with 7 needles. A chill ran through the household. Without hesitation, Mr. Okato called Father George. The priest returned, prayed over the home, anointed every corner, and blessed the family and their animals. Burn these, he advised calmly, and bury the ashes. Not everything given in celebration comes with good intentions. The family obeyed. Peace returned. Let's hold another mass, Mr. Okato later said softly. Yes, Sarah smiled, to thank God. Because through it all, pain, shame, struggle and victory, they had learned one thing. Never start without God. Never finish without Him. That's the end of my story. Lessons from the story. 1. Life can humble you, but it also teaches you. The situation we dislike may shape us into stronger, wiser people. 2. Integrity always wins in the end. Even when lives seem powerful, truth has a way of rising. 3. Not everyone who celebrates with you wishes you well. Be discerning, stay prayerful, and protect your peace. Give us a thumb and tell us in the comment section where you're watching from. Be sure to catch our next episode by subscribing to our channel. See you in part 3 of the Okato's family story.